Welcome to discussions about energy. Today I have here Joe Rolands. Welcome.
Hello, guys.
And I wanted to ask Joe, because I know he's an advanced Vortex Healing student, and you travel all around the world throughout the year, and you've taken many of the classes multiple times. Like, what's in it for you? Like, tell me about your process and what has been going on during the studies.
It sounds pretty crazy, and it is quite taxing, the travel and the work. The reward is being able to connect with life in unique and very intimate and special ways. The Vortex Healing offers a bridging into life in many ways. The second class, I believe, is called Magical Structures, where you actually can make structures which are energetic structures that bridge into life, that help you bridge and communicate. And you know, I always felt sort of separate as a child. You know, I was the last born in the family. I wasn't planned. I was a surprise. So my brothers and sisters were older, and I didn't have a lot of friends in the neighborhood. I mean, I had some friends, but it was always that feeling separate. You know? And it's being able to break down that separateness. Okay,
so during the studies you have been able to break down your inner feeling of being separate.
Exactly.
Okay.
And not just with people, but with living things.
With nature and
whatever, you know, I've always loved nature, trees, plants, animals.
Yeah.
And
what about, I want to ask, because like, obviously I've been studying Vortex Healing also for a few years now, and I have some friends who have told me that how much I've changed. So I bet like you have a lot of people also, because you've done a huge transformation as well. So what have people around you said about, like, what have they noticed? What has changed?
My physical stature has changed. The body heals, you know, as you calm. One of my first Vortex sessions with my wife Terry, who's a Vortex teacher, I had a new level of relaxation during the session that I hadn't experienced, and that was very nice, and that just continues. And when you can bring it on yourself without having to go for a session, when you learn how to breathe and meditate and use your tools to relax, you know, that helps the body to everything in the body and the mind.
And I sense so much peace and presence in you. It's always a delight to be around you, because there's just like that, like, I'm here and
and not to make anyone a saint of, oh, I don't get angry anymore. Actually, there's those bits of anger and trauma that come out of the system. And
to be cleared, right?
To be cleared, not in the same depth or degree that they came in, but one must touch them again to clear them. One must address them. And I've learned that in Vortex Healing, how important it is to address things in life rather than avoid or hide.
Have you noticed some big mental, like, changes in your mental thinking?
Very, very nice. Thank you for that question. I've even sensed in the brain how the left side of the brain, or simplistically the part that is learning language and all the mechanics of the new technology, is so overloaded and taxed and tired, and how in the classes and in the meditations, the right side, the creative side, the feeling side, connecting both of them again to the heart, how the brain is repairing from that left brain overload and allowing more creativity and oneness, you know, more connection with life, again, rather than withdrawing and hiding.
And I guess I'm not, you know, as advanced as you are in your studies, but like even in my short journey, I have noticed that you know, the mind doesn't go anywhere. It's not like you are going to get rid of your mind when you know, go further in the awakening process, but it's like it doesn't bother you that much, right?
Exactly,
it's like it's still going, but it doesn't bother.
Yes, you learn to deal with that tool that runs and reminds you, and it has a place. And we're still growing, so there's a lot to learn yet. You know, even though you keep saying advanced student, I still feel as a kindergartner.
Because there's always more to go.
Right, and it's so important to surrender, not to have the ego positions at all of thinking, oh, I've had so many classes.
Because it doesn't really mean anything in it, like in the end of the day.
But all of us are apt to think that way because
of course.
we're raised that way. Oh, you have a PhD, you only have a master's, or your title is
you went to university, I didn't, I'm worse, you know, in that kind. What comes to my mind now, I don't know why, but is that I know you and Terry, because you travel a lot, like Terry teaches all around the world, and you travel, you both go, and I know you spend your winters in Jamaica, right?
Yes.
You love Jamaica, both of you. So, but I've heard you both telling about the healing work you do there. Share something about that. Like the divine is making you work everywhere you go.
Exactly. Jamaica's quite a special place on the planet.
Why? Why is Jamaica special?
I believe it had something to do with Atlantis, being around Atlantis, and we're still learning about, you know, the Atlantean culture and how it affected many other civilizations on the planet.
Okay.
And Jamaica also was a pirate haven. You know, it was in the 1500s when Europe was discovering the New World. You know, and also, I mean, we're learning so much about the Mayan civilization, which is just west of Jamaica in Mexico, and so it's a center there. But the people of Jamaica are so warm, and you know, there's such a blend of cultures, and very rebellious because they've been conquered and reconquered and
many times,
and they have that pirate blood, which is a rebellious and a very private, and I take care of myself kind of confidence. But there's a real warmth there. Naturally in the heart of Jamaicans, because nature there is so beautiful. You know, the mountains, the springs, the ocean.
But people don't have much, and you guys do healings, and then, you know, they can give you fruits or anything that it's not like...
Well, that's the healing that's done there. Because of the slavery, because of the capturing, the kidnapping of Africans to do the work. The root chakra is so traumatized, and the very base chakra and the other chakras as well. There's a great need for healing to be done, and we're not necessarily doing session healings there or class healings because people don't have the money or the time to afford classes. But it's just we take a walk and we hear stories of what's going on. We see people, we feel what's going on now.
So you're streaming the divine light and healing to everywhere you go.
Every day, and then we stabilize and take a breath and go, whoa, come home and whoa, let's sit down and process this. And that's the nature of the healing that we're doing there.
So it's like a 24/7 work to be a healer.
Yes, and it's gotten, as the world has gotten more intense, that's...
We're needed, like more needed than ever.
Exactly, and we're working, like you say,
all the time. It's like the divine is using us.
And we're not laying on the beach carefree like the advertisement. We are laying on the beach, but we're working on the beach and in the water, even for Mother Ocean, because the coral's dying, the fish stocks are not so good, the water's more polluted. So, yes, there's a lot of work to do.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Joe.
Thank you, guys.
It was a privilege to have you here. Thank you. Bye.